Alright, today's video is of me rebuilding the door locks on the car. Just to show you. There you go. Yeah, look at how absolutely disgusting that looks. Looks gross and icky and yucky. I'm going to be repairing both sides. Alright, here we go. This is I already rebuilt one of the locks over here. So you can see the difference. This has graphite powder in it. It's all clean compared to this one. The little keys move freely. Okay, over here, I was soaking it for a while in oil so the keys are not stuck anymore. See how they move? And how you can tell the first key to take out, the one that's the number 1, it's going to be the one that's closest to the front. See, this one right here is closer to the front than this one. That's where the first key sits in. And it's very, very important to not get these things out of place. I always get so freaked out that I'm going to like kick the paper. So what I'm going to do first, I'm take out the first key. See it? Put it in the number 1 spot. And I have it marked like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because all the odd numbers on this side and even are on this side. And the way that you know how the keys go back in place, see where the little hook is at on here? See that hook? That rests on top of the spring. There's a tiny spring that's in here, and that's where the hook rests on top of. So that's how you know what direction to put it in. And it kind of like only wants to fit in one way anyway. Okay. Now I'm going to use this hook, and I'm going to take these little springs out. Actually, let me take off my sunglasses, the safety glasses, so I can see better. This spring. And I'm dipping that in a little container of penetrating oil that I have over here. It just helps dissolve all of the corrosion and rust that may be on there. And I always take care to just take them out one by one, just in case. And actually look with my physical eyeballs and make sure the spring falls into the container and not like onto the ground and rolls away somewhere. And I counted 1, 2, okay, 4. They're all out. I'll make sure they're in the right order. Carefully turn it around. This is the spring I was talking about up top. That one had fell out the other lock and I didn't even notice it. I just happened to luck out and saw it on the ground there. Now I'm going to go ahead, hit this with some penetrating oil, and I'm going to scrub it down. Some brushes I have a softer brush, and I have a little harder wire brush over here. I usually tend to start out with this one first, and then move over to the softer one. I'm going to hit it. I used up all my penetrating, my 40 WD-40, but yeah, this works just as well. I'm going to go through, loosen up any dirt that may be in here real quick. Okay. Pick out the last little bit of grime. Get it all loose. And then I have some brake cleaner that I use to clean it out. Why do I have this graphite powder just sitting here? I should put the top on that. I know this isn't the best, cleanest setup, but this is what I got right now. I wasn't planning on making a video on this for the interwebs, but decided to do it at the last second. Okay. Hit it with some brake clean. Looks 1,000 times better. I'm still gonna go through here and I use ATF fluid and acetone. Everybody knows that old school farmer's trick for breaking apart rust and stuff. Alright, you get the general idea. Just go through it, clean it with the brush as many times as you have to until you're satisfied with it. Looks relatively clean in there. Okay, to do it off camera so it doesn't get like on my new little fancy phone that I got here. Well, we got a truce. As long as she stays away from me, I'll stay away from her. Okay. Looking good. Hit it with some brake cleaner. Okay. That's where we're at. I have 2,000 grit there. I do have 500 grit. I hit it very quickly. I don't like play around. I'm not trying to, the purpose of that isn't to take off like a bunch of material, a bunch of brass. It's just to clean it up real quick. That's pretty much it. You see, I'm like really quick with it. I just want to hit it real quick. I'm just hitting it real quick just to see. I'm getting that little bit of, you know, surface. I don't want to say surface, but patina, grit grind, whatever you want to call it off. And this is 2,000 over here. Just going ever so slightly and lightly. And that's pretty much, that's like more than good enough. But that's pretty much the gist of it. I'm going to do that for all 8 of these. And then after I'm done, after I'm done with each one, I review it, see if I have to take a little bit, you know, more, if I have to sand it down a little bit more. Usually you don't. You just need to hit it real quick on the sandpaper. Most of the time you're going to use 2,000 grit. I'm just being me and just using the 500, but you should be fine with the 2,000. But mine are particularly pretty yucky. And then I just hit it with some brake cleaner. Clean it off real quick. So I'm going to finish these 8 and then I'll be back with me putting the keys back into the lock. Okay? Alright, I'm back. Ugh, they're all cleaned. You can tell the difference from what they looked like before. That's good enough. For me. All right, so let me get a couple of these little springs out. 2. 1, 2, 3, and one more. Let's get one more out. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay. Got the spring out. I'm just going to go ahead and dab it dry a little bit. Take a little look at it. Make sure it looks relatively clean-ish. Yep, it does. Alright, so let's find number 1. This number 1 is the closest to the front here, which would be this one right here. fingers at. And this is going to be a little bit hard to do in the camera here, but ugh. Okay. Okay, so graphite powder's in, and I'm going to put the spring in the little hole right here, same one you took it out of. There we go. Take my number 1. I'm going to put it right back in here. I want to make sure it's nice and springy. See how it springs back on its own? But be careful because it can like spring and jump out of there. And when I put all these back in, I'm going to put some more graphite powder in there. I'm very like liberal with all the graphite powder. So I'm going to repeat this process for all of them on this side. And then when I flip it over, I usually flip it over, keep my finger there, and put them all on the other side. So I'm going to do that and then work some camera magic, and I'll be back. Okay. Back, show you guys real quick. They're all 4 of them are in. They're all nice and springy. I don't want to push them down too hard and have them pop out, because that does happen if you hit them too hard. Okay, now I'm going to flip it around and repeat the process on the other side. Okay, I'm back. Had a phone call there, so I couldn't really talk. Sorry about that. Try to set you back up. Well, I was trying to say I couldn't talk because I had someone on the line, but well, I already put the key back in. Actually, let me take this one out. A trick to keeping all the cylinders in is to put the key in. So after you put all the little keys back in and everything, and the springs, put the key in, it keeps them all together. Boom. See? Then it's like locked in by itself. And it's kind of explanatory about how it goes back in, but I'll show you just in case. See how it looks like a little biohazard shape? The bottom here, you just match up with the bottom on here, the little keyway on the bottom there. It's kind of only one way that it can fit in, to tell you the truth. And there you go. All right, that's gonna have to do. Oh, this phone's about to fall. All right, there you go. Take this little spring right here. I'm actually gonna spray it down with some PB Glosser real quick. Clean it off. Remember that little cup I had of penetrating oil? Just gonna drop it in there. Clean it off real quick. Looks a little bit better now, but I'm still going to go hit it with some brake cleaner. Okay, it's looking a little bit better. Where's my little brushes? Lock. Where's my little flap? See the spring? The spring kind of only goes in there one way. Clips, so it has to go in there one way. So yeah, this may not work because the spot where it holds down over there on the side, see over there, it's broken, but I'm gonna see if I can still make it work anyway. And it works for demonstration purposes anyway. Alright, so there we go. And this cover only goes on a certain way. Okay. See where there's a little slot? That's where the cover, little slot on the cover goes. So I'm going to put this on this off camera kind of, just because it's easier to do so. There we go. Kind of stick my finger in the top while I'm doing it, to push things down while I'm putting the cover on. I know a lot of you man folk may not be able to do that because you got those big old chubby fingers. But hey, that's your fault, not my fault. Alright, I'm gonna get I get a little rubber mallet just to hit that. Alright, this is better. I'm going to go around, push this clip back in just a little bit, just so it sits there, not too much, and then push it on the other side. When everything is said and done, it should look like this other one over here. Well, not really, because I haven't pushed these clips in either. But, I mean, you get the point. And that's pretty much it on me building door locks. Where's my keys? And if I remember correctly, I believe one of these locks actually uses a different key anyway. I forgot which one does, but one of them uses a different key. Oh, I guess it's this one. Yeah. Yeah. I have another key upstairs for one of these locks. I forgot which one. Womp, 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 womp. All right.